All right, this is going to be a this isn't going to be like the other videos I do. This is just going to be a topic I want to speak on, um, revolving around the app by the name of OfferUp and another app by the name of Letgo. Now I've been using these apps. I want to say I want to say maybe 4.5 years. I want to say 4.5 years. I've been using these selling apps. And if you can learn the tips and the tricks of them, you really can make a decent living off of these apps, man. There's one dude on YouTube that you can look the video up right now. If you look up offer up tips and tricks, you're gonna see a video of a guy on there who says he makes $2,500 every single month off of uh, offer up and let go. Okay, because what he does, which this is not what I do, but what he does is he goes on there and he'll buy items for cheap, but then he'll trade them off on the app or on other apps or whatnot for even more than what he pays for. Okay, but that's what I'm looking for. But just in your spare time, what you can do, because we all have stuff around the house that we no longer need. Like I'm sure almost all of us, you have a storage center that has items in it that you don't need anymore. So what you can do with that is take a day, maybe a weekend or something, go in there, look through the stuff you have, okay? And then what you want to do, this is what I do. I take a box with me, right? Or a garbage bag for that stance. And what you do is you look for the stuff you own and you see, do I really need that? When did I use this item? 3-4 years ago I used it, or maybe 8 months ago. Do I really need that item? And then if you decide you don't, put it in the box and keep looking for stuff. And then what you do is once that box is full, or when you're done looking for all your stuff, you take that upstairs, you take good quality pictures of it, which I'll mention this when I speak about the tips and the tricks, of offer up and let go, which I will do in this video. Okay, but let me see. But yeah, me right now, I just got back from a trade. All right, I was I was a poor bastard, man. I got $1 with me in my wallet. All right, that's what I had. So what I did this morning is I just sat down for 2 hours, right, and I uploaded about, I want to say, 40 listings of stuff that I have that I don't need. Okay, which I myself am already. I would consider myself to be a minimalist. I would consider myself to be a minimalist, and you can look that up if you don't know what that is. Basically, well, I'll just give a little rundown. Basically, let's say this. Instead of having a garage full of stuff that you ain't going to use, instead of paying for that for, years on end, spending thousands of dollars on all that junk in there, why not just get rid of all that stuff and just live with what you have? You have certain people who just go to an extreme and live with just a backpack. To me, that's a little, too extreme. But hey, that's on them. There's nothing wrong with having, what's the word I'm looking for? With having stuff, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. But however, with that being said, minimalism, if you start getting rid of the stuff you have, it actually takes away stress that you might have, man. Because having more stuff that you don't want, it really, what's the word I'm looking for? It really causes stress, okay? And I myself, me speaking for myself, I get a good feeling whenever I sell something that I own to somebody, because it's one less item that I have to worry about, okay? For example, this morning I sold a high price item that I did not need anymore. Okay, I had it for about 2 years. I didn't really use it. So I took the listing and I put it on there, and someone this morning offered me, hey, I'll give you $100 cash for it. All right? And there we go. I went from having something sitting in the corner of the room to having $100 right here. Okay? So in a little bit, I'm going to show you some tricks and some, what's the word I'm looking for? Tips and tricks on how to sell your stuff more guess we could say quicker on OfferUp and Letgo, in just a little bit. Okay. Let me see. One thing as well, for those who deal with the Bible, which is, usually what we deal with on this channel, but, even when you deal with the scriptures, say for an example, Jesus, right? He was a minimalist. All right, he did not even own a pillow. All right, the scriptures say that foxes have holes to sleep in, but the Son of Man doesn't even have a place to rest his head. All right, the Lord also told, there was a rich young ruler who came to the Lord and asked, hey, what can I do to get salvation? And the Lord told him, sell all that you have and then come follow me. Okay, and then the Lord told the apostles, hey, go sell all your stuff. All right, all you need is your clothing and then, a few other items, and take that all with you and just sell the rest. All right, either give it all away or go sell it. That's what he told his apostles. So even when you deal with the Bible, it deals with, not having all of these items, okay, all this stuff that you don't need, okay, and especially if you live in America, right? Because, in this country, when you turn on the TV, it's always, buy this, buy that. And why is that? Because America is is what I'm looking for, a consumer. All right, Americans are consumers. Okay, they buy stuff they don't need, and they wonder why they're always broke. All right, because it's like, well, maybe if you didn't buy that, say for an example, if you didn't buy that $50 pair of shoes that you're gonna wear, say twice in 7 years, why don't you just put that $50 away so you have it for your next car payment then? Okay. But you see, they don't want people to think that way, all right? They don't want people to actually be responsible with their money, okay? Let me give another example, all right? Me, over the past year, I did a challenge that goes by the name of the $5 challenge, which the challenge is every time you get a $5 bill, you put it away and you don't spend it. And the challenge is to see how much you can save in a whole year. So I did the challenge in 2019. And in a full year, I was able to save $1,700 in $5 bills. Now look at that. That's $1,700 that I have that I can do whatever I want with. Instead of just going and buying, say, for example, a new iPhone, right? The $1,000 iPhone. Why buy a $1,000 iPhone if you can just go buy a $100, or even not even $100, a $70 a Samsung phone used from somebody that's been totally cleared and reset to the factory settings. But you see, people don't think that way, man. Okay, and why is that? Because it's the culture that we're all brought up in. Okay. And as I said, I'm not going to make this video, really too much dealing with the Bible or any of that. But even when you read about America in Revelation, right? It says in that great city, which is America, is that great city that reigns over the earth, who the merchants, they became rich off of her merchandise. And that's what it is, man. All the merchandise sold here, it produces this vast what's the word I'm looking for? Vast money for these merchants from these other countries. And why is that? Because Americans, they just buy all these products that they don't need. Okay, let's give it another example. Why buy a $20 bottle of shampoo if you could just buy one for $2? It does the same thing. It might not, be the same exact smell as the $20 one, but it still cleans your hair. Okay, and you could put the $18 away and pretend that you spent $20 on it. Okay? And for those of you who are still here, listening to me ramble on, I'm going to get to the main point. I'm just going on with what I'm saying. But yeah, let's get into it. As I said, man, by just a little bit of work on a day that you're off of work, look at that. That's a whole day of work right there, man. All right, all it took was 2 hours of uploading stuff, and there you go, man. There you go. That's $100 right there that otherwise you wouldn't have. Okay, now let's move on to the tips and the tricks. Now, as I said, I myself have been using these apps, OfferUp and Letgo. I'm specifically focusing on OfferUp, and I'm going to explain why in just a minute. But I've been using these apps for about 4.5 years, around that area, 4.5 years. And as I said, I've made decent amount of money off of it, and I'm going to give the what's the word I'm looking for, tips on how I've done what I've done. Okay, now the first tip I want to mention is so you don't have to, and I learned this the hard way. The way I started off with it is every time I want to post something, I would go up to it and take the picture of it. But then it took me I want to say 9 months to come to the conclusion that, wait a second, why don't I just take a picture of it? I can get some which I'll mention this as a tip as well. Get a good background, right? Get some good lighting on the thing I'm trying to sell. And then why don't I just take one picture of it and I save it on my tablet, which is what I do, the device I use to take pictures of items and post them to OfferUp and Letgo. So why don't I just take a picture on there and I leave it on there? So then when I want to re-upload it, I don't have to take an image of it. I can be on the go wherever and just upload the image of it already saved from my from the files, okay, from the picture section, okay. So that's what I did, okay. I recommend you do that. Just get a good background, good lighting, take a few pictures of it, and save those pictures. Okay, so next time when you want to sell that item, when you want to upload that item, you can just take from that picture and put it on the app. You don't have to get up and get the item, put it over here, take a picture of it, and then move on to the next item. You won't have to do it. It will save so much time. Okay. The second tip, which would be having good pictures. Okay, and again, I learned this the hard way because when I started out, it's like, why my stuff ain't selling? Because some of the pictures you couldn't really read it. They were either grainy, as I like to call them, or further away from the thing you're selling, or you just got junk in the background. Don't do that. Okay, what you can do is, this is what I done. If you go to the Dollar Tree, right, they have boards, white boards. I don't know what you would call them. They're not paper. They're like those big sheets for you to write with marker on. The one that you would use for a yard sale sign. I guess we could say that. That where not going to totally break if they're if you drop water on them. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I digress. So I bought 2 of these. Okay, I bought 2 of these. And what I did is I set them up on the a table that I have. And then I have a powerful light that I have. So what I did is, since it's a white surface, if I put them like this, all right, if I put them at an angle like that, and then, have which really it would be better with that if you had 3 of the panels. Then you can make like this shape, and you have one on the bottom as well. Okay, but then you have the 2 on the side. And then you have the light over here, which will shine onto that, and then you have the item in there, which will make it a lot brighter and will attract the eye of whoever is who is looking at the image. Okay, or attract the eyes better. Okay, so I've done that, and it has totally increased the amount that I sell by. Okay. Now I want to mention earlier, I was going to say something about OfferUp. OfferUp for me, it started off very well. I've had some great purchases and sells for hundreds of dollars on OfferUp. So Slovakia on Letgo. Okay, on Letgo. All right, I meant to say Letgo, not OfferUp. You know, so, hey, now I'm confused. But anyway, um, the reason that it has some dislikes with OfferUp, or I said it wrong again. I mean Letgo. Okay, I want to make that clear. I mean Letgo. I always get the two mixed up. So the complaint I have about Letgo is this: when you take, even as I said, we already had the images put to the side on the camera, but when you upload an image, unlike OfferUp, when you get the image, you can pick the other images to upload with those images when you go through and put the title, the description, and the price. However, on Letgo, you can't do that. You got to individually, click the one picture, then you got to push okay, yeah, then you got to push the next button, okay, I want this picture, then you got to go, do all that. I absolutely hate that about Letgo. However, there has been an update lately where they made it a little more easy, not totally, the same as OfferUp, not the same as that. Hey, if we were to compare OfferUp and Letgo, OfferUp would be Coke and Letgo would be Pepsi. Inside joke, John, if anybody knows who I'm referring to. But anyway, um, as I was saying, Letgo is a very good app to use. I use both the apps to this current day. However, with that being said, lately, OfferUp I found has been a little bit um, less active, so to speak. Okay, as in you can still find buyers on there, of course, and I highly recommend using both these apps. However, um, Letgo seems to be the balls right now. Letgo seems to be, or Slack, not Letgo. I meant to say OfferUp. OfferUp seems to be the place where the money is at right now, man. Okay, OfferUp is where the money is at this particular time in 2020. Okay. Um, there's a few more tips. One tip I want to give for those who use a tablet or a phone to take pictures. Let me see. I got my phone here. I want to show you something. This is a little trick. A lot of you might not have knew this, but take my experience. Don't take pictures like this of your items. Okay, don't take a picture like this, or so you can see. Don't take a picture like this. Okay, don't take a picture like that. The way you do it is you take the picture like this. Okay, and there's a reason why I'm telling you this. Okay, I want you to pay attention. Because if you take the image like this, when it gets uploaded onto OfferUp or Letgo, it's going to be a longer picture taking up more space and it will attract more eyes. Okay, it will be a longer picture if you take it like this. Okay, take it up more of the screen as the person scrolls down. Okay, however, if you take a picture like this, it always tends to be a very small little box. Okay, that is most of the time nobody's really going to stop and look at it. But if you see an image that's longer, and more, you can basically see the image clearer in a longer image. A lot of people will actually stop and acknowledge it. Okay, so I highly recommend you take your images like this instead of like this. And I've learned this over my 4 years of experience with selling on these apps. Okay? So as I said, hey, I already done the hard work for you. But anyway, let's see. Is there any more tips? Oh, I can't forget this. Now, as I said, it is time consuming. But as I said, man, that hard work, that hard work does pay off, man. Okay, that hard work pays off. Which I'm looking at I want to say I'm looking at a $200 weekend. Okay, so look at that. I already got 3 people who have hooked up with me, and we already arranged a time for later today or tomorrow or Sunday for them to come and pick up items. Okay, we already arranged it. By me sitting in the comfort of my own home, I'm making as much money as I would if I was to go work a 9-to-5 job. Okay, which of course, I still do work, just to make that clear. But it's just a side hobby to make you money. All right. I totally don't recommend anybody, not going out and working and just trying to do this full time. The odds are it's not always going to work out because the economy isn't good. Okay. So nobody really got money to just go spend anymore. Okay. But some people still do it. Hey, it's still tax season. Okay. And right now it's just the last day of February right now. Okay. So, hey, it's still tax season, man. So when people have that money, they're irresponsible with that money. And that's the best time to take advantage of it. Okay. And if you use OfferUp and Letgo around the holiday times, they'll send you, oh, look at that. I got a text right now, 2 texts from OfferUp. Let me go ahead and just answer this real quick. Okay, it's just someone just confirming that they're coming tonight. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Now I lost my train of thought. Let's see. There's something I was saying. Oh yeah, I was gonna go into the best time of the day to upload your images. Or I should say your listings. Now I learned this out of much experience as well. Okay, the way to make money on these apps, the way to make money is you got to put in some work on this, man. Okay, what I do is in the morning time, if I'm able to, on the days that I work, I usually don't do it because I can't get up there early. But on the days I'm off, I get up at 7 in the morning. I list all those stuff on OfferUp and on Letgo, and then I come back at lunchtime and I upload a few higher up uh, listings that I know people are going to be looking for. Not like, say for an example, if I'm trying to sell a camera, right, and then I'm also trying to sell a shirt. What I'm going to do is instead of uploading the shirt at lunchtime, I'm also going to upload the camera instead because obviously when I'm at work on lunch break, I only got 30 minutes, right? So I'm going to use that time wisely. So I'm not going to upload these, little insignificant, $10, $5 purchases or items. I'm not going to waste my whole time on that. I'm going to upload higher priced items in the hopes that as I'm working for the next couple hours, some people are going to see that and they're going to send me messages. And I found that a lot of the times this actually does work. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is when I get home, which is usually around 5 o'clock, I'm going to go through and I'm going to upload them on OfferUp one more time. Okay, so once in the morning, a few items in the afternoon if you're able to, and then once at night. Okay, if you can do that, you are almost, which again I said almost, guaranteed to get way more buyers for your stuff that you're trying to sell. Okay? So again, once in the morning, once in the afternoon if you're able to, and then once at nighttime. Okay? That's the one of the greatest advice that I can give to anybody. You can't just upload an item and then, why is nobody buying this 5 days later? Well, duh. Obviously, if you just upload it one day and wait a whole week, and then well, why is nobody buying stuff? Simple, because everybody else is uploading similar things to what you're uploading. So if you're not consistent with your uploads, well then your item's gonna get buried under all theirs. So you gotta be consistent with it, man. You gotta be consistent. Okay, and as I said, I speak from experience. Okay. Let's see. I swear there was something else I wanted to mention as a tip, but now I can't think of it exactly. Let me see. I just wanted to give one more tip, and this is about the meetup. Okay, me for example, I'm not going to give out much personal information, but me, I live in a public area where there's always a lot of people around. So what I do is I have the person come to me, and we meet at the front of the community where there's always people around. Okay, so it's nice and safe. You know, it's not like a dark alleyway or somewhere. You know, and if you don't live in you know, that kind of area, you can always meet outside of a grocery store. Okay, you know, in a better area of town. Okay, I always recommend this. You always have to have safety when you um, meet up with people. Now, me myself, I've never had any issues with anybody that I've you know, met before. I've had a few times where somebody showed up and they did not actually buy the item because it wasn't what they expected it to be. All right, I've had that experience 2 or 3 times before. But you know, I've never had any, you know, so-called, I guess we could say, dangerous people who I've ever met up and sold to before. Um, Another tip as well. You have a saying that goes, "One man's trash is another man's treasure." Okay, let me say that. I love that saying. One man's trash is another man's treasure. And what do I mean by that? Say for an example, just a few weeks ago, I was going through my garage and I found a coin collector set. As in, there was no coins included. It was just, you know, you put the coins in the book, if you have the, you know, the dates and whatnot, and you know, there's a book there so you could read about the coins. I bought it 5 years ago, and I've never got to use it, so it was just sitting there collecting dust. So I thought, wait, why don't I just sell this? Now here's the main kick in the balls. I bought it for $10, but I posted it. I you know, dusted it all off, and what's the word I'm looking for? I dusted it all off, make it all look pretty and, you know, nice. And it was all nice. It was all in good condition. I posted it for $30. Somebody gave me $25 for it. I bought it for 10, sat there for 5 years, never used, made it all nice, got $25 for it. And that was trash to me. I didn't need it. I was thinking about throwing it out, but then I thought, wait a second, why don't I just upload this and see if anyone wants it? Okay? And lo and behold, someone actually came to get that. One last tip I want to give is about discouragement. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, man. There's been many weeks where I have not sold not one thing, man. Okay, but I still kept my pace. Every morning I uploaded it. If I had time in the afternoon, I uploaded it. If I had time at nighttime, I uploaded it. Okay. Um, After doing that, you know, it was slow, but then over time, you know, it started to get buyers again. Some weeks are slow because again, the economy isn't good, so you're not always gonna have what's the word I'm looking for? You're not always gonna have money, you know, or I should say, you're not always gonna have people who have the money to go out and spend on what you're selling. Okay, what's the word I'm looking for? Something else I wanted to mention. Damn, let me see if I can think of it. All right, my last tip is going to be this. When you're selling something, let's say for an example, I want to sell, I don't know, let's say I want to sell my hat for an example. Let's say I want to sell this it hat. So I'm going to label it $30 on there, but I really want 20 for it. Now, what you're doing is you're playing mind games here. You're going to make the person think that they're going to get a discount because they're going to ask you, okay, will you take 20 for it? Yeah, I'll take 20 for it. So they're going to, you know, you're messing with their brain to make it think, oh, I'm going to get a good deal on this. But really, you just wanted 20, but you started above to give them the illusion that they're getting a good deal. That is what you have to do, okay? Let's give another example. Let's say I want to sell my chain necklace right here, okay? I'm going to label it for $30, but I really want 20 for it. So somebody's going to ask, oh, well, you know, yeah, I like it, I want it, but will you take 20 for it? Yeah, I'll take 20. So they're going to think, okay, well, yeah, this guy's going to give me a good deal on it. So really, I made out because I really wanted 20 for it, but I started above to make him think he was going to get a good deal. For example, I sold my high price item today for $100. I posted it at $150. but I really wanted 100. But then when the people came on, they debated, yeah, I want it, but I don't have that kind of money. Would you take 100 for it? Yeah, I'll take 100 for it. Yeah, that guy's giving me such a great deal. How can I throw off that offer? $50 off. That's a great deal. But I really only wanted 100 for it. Okay, so that, my friends, these tips what I gave you, this is solid gold. These tips I gave you, man. Okay, if you take and apply these tips that I've given you, I guarantee you that if you work on it and do what I said, you're gonna make, you're gonna have great sales, man. All right, you're gonna see that the rate that you're selling completely goes up. Okay, I highly recommend you all give this a chance to prove itself. Take all these tips. If anybody has any questions down below, feel free to ask. But anyway, with that being said, I'll see you all around.